Some people would probably say the same about me. Awesome. Thank you guys for coming. All right. I think we can go ahead and get started. Okay. So, for those of you who do not know me, my name is Stevie. I am part of the customer success team at PhotoDay. Today, we're going to be going through the private galleries workflow. We're going to be going through using the Capture app and all the awesome features and details there. I'm going to be doing a screen share and walking you guys through things. And yeah, so if you are brand new, this will be great for you to watch and kind of understand the private galleries workflow. If you're not brand new, thank you so much for coming. And hopefully I can share some helpful tips for you guys. It might be a good way to make sure you are using every feature that we have available with private galleries. So yeah. Okay, let's get into it. So starting off with what is PhotoDay. So for those of you who don't know, PhotoDay is made up of 4 different parts, starting with our studio panel. So this is basically your command central as the studio. This is going to be where you create all your jobs, upload photos into them, view orders and sales, and things of that nature. This is what I'm going to be working in for the most part for our demo I'm going to do today. Now, jumping over to the Capture app. Capture app is the mobile app that is used alongside private galleries. That is the other part of the product I'm going to be covering today. So just as an overview with Capture, you can check in each subject by taking a reference photo of them at the shoot. Then once you get back and you upload all your professional images, our system is going to use the face find technology to sort each person into their own individual gallery. So it is a complete game changer. I hear that all the time. It is super smooth. We've come a long way with it, and it makes private galleries extremely easy. So if you're skeptical, if you're on the fence, give Capture a try. It is very, very smooth, and you'll find that you might save some time if you're not using it yet. Galleries. Now, galleries is the customer checkout experience. So this is where your customers are going to be visiting to buy advance pay credits, to purchase orders, to look at their photos. Our team has, worked extensively to make the checkout experience super smooth, just with observing consumer behavior. And so yeah, it's very beautiful, very clean. I'll show you guys that as well. And then lastly, the dashboard app. So this is a funner element of our product. The dashboard app is a studio facing app. So you use it as the studio, and you can get a quick view of your sales on there. So you're going to be able to monitor your sales on the go. You'll get details on what was ordered. We do have a Apple Watch app. So if you have a watch, you can have it show on there as well. But I think what studios love about it the most is, if you're on the go, if you're away from your computer and you get a sale, the app will make a cha-ching sound and give you a notification. So it is really fun to just watch sales roll in as you're getting other things done. So be sure to download it if you haven't already. It's available on iOS and Android. So yeah. All right, so this is our agenda for today. I'm going to be going through a little bit of the basics, and then we're going to jump into the screen sharing. Like I said, we're going to watch the capture process and matching. Then we're going to go through yearbook selection and exports and those capabilities with private galleries, and then we'll talk a little bit about insights. So first things first, the 3 gallery types. So we're going to be going over private galleries today, but just to give you guys an overview of what is available. First, we have group and public. I kind of talk about these as one because they're very similar, and I'll explain the difference. But group and public galleries, they have one access code for everyone, and then all the images are technically going to be in one big gallery. From there, you can give your customers search options. Number one, they have face find, so they can upload an image of their student or athlete, and it will return any image that that face is in. And then there's also tags. So if you apply tags or, subgroups of images in the gallery, parents can search using tags as well. I did just do a webinar on group and public galleries 2 Tuesdays ago. So look for that one if you guys need to learn more about group and public galleries. Oh, and the difference is a public gallery has a direct link that you can copy and paste from the settings. The group gallery doesn't have a link by default. You can grab the deep link from the marketing flyer and your customer will receive a link if they opt in by text, but that's the difference. So definitely tune into the webinar. That might be a little confusing if you have no idea, but group and public galleries are super easy. They are definitely good, if you're doing team sports, events, or any other job where you don't need that strong privacy for each person. Now, private galleries, that is going to be what we are going over today. So this is going to be the best choice if you need to put each subject you're photographing into their own individual gallery. So if you're doing schools, preschools, any sport that, a school sport where you need to keep everybody individual, any job where you don't want everybody to see all the photos, private galleries is great for. So, okay. The secret sauce. So I love to talk about this. I could talk about this all day. Getting your marketing strategy planned out prior to, getting started with PhotoDay and prior to Picture Day is crucial. PhotoDay can be as easy as setting up on the day of pictures and just getting going and then releasing the galleries right when pictures are ready and not sending out anything beforehand. But I really recommend learning exactly how the marketing works with PhotoDay and planning out how you're going to get that information out to your customers. And then, just making an entire strategy that's going to work best and that's going to encourage your customers to purchase online. So number one, you'll want to plan, you're going to want to figure out how the marketing works and make sure that you're getting information out prior to Picture Day. And then, make sure everybody is tuned into the marketing that goes out once pictures are ready. And then you'll also want to plan what incentives you're going to use to get your customers to order quickly or to get your customers to spend more. Now, here are some incentives and examples. So you are able to give offers to your customers using PhotoDay, and offers can be a great way to, get your customers into the gallery and ordering when you first release, or to get them to, spend more than they would originally. It is important to use them, in an effective way. I always say you should give your best offers and incentives to your earliest buyers or in the beginning. So if you're using advance pay, which I'll talk about in a bit, the advance pay offer you give needs to be the highest value offer ever, or if you are giving an early bird special, order in the first 2 days and get free shipping, that needs to be the best offer you ever give. I wouldn't recommend coming back around at the holidays and giving a bigger offer than your advance pay offer, things like that. I think that's why it's important to make your marketing strategy and your incentive strategy ahead of time so that you don't trip over yourself and, contradict. So there are 2 different types of incentives. Number one would be speed-based incentives. So these are going to encourage your customers to buy quickly. For example, you could give free shipping or a dollar amount or percentage off for the first 3 days your gallery is open. The good thing about these is it's going to train your customers to, that the earlier they order, the better deal they're getting. That goes back to giving your best offer early. Maybe you do pictures in the fall and you give offers and some parents don't participate in buying early or advance pay. They'll learn that next time they should go ahead and buy the credit so that they can get a better deal. So yeah, you're rewarding your best consumer behavior. All right, so here's some examples. Save 10% on orders over $30, and you can attach an expiration date to the offer. Gallery expiration is another example of a speed-based incentive. We also have friendly competition. So we have something called max redemptions where you can set the first 20 customers or, the first 5 customers, whatever. You can set that in the offer settings when you're building your offers, and our system will automatically communicate that. And then another example would be using an advance pay offer, which I'll get into in a bit. Now, as far as expiration dates go, that kind of falls under the marketing strategy as well. I think it is a good idea to plan to expire your galleries. A lot of people do it, at the end of the season, if it's spring, maybe at the end of the school year, or if it's fall, before the holidays, or maybe right after the holidays if you want people to spend a little more. But that way, that lets people know it's the last day to purchase. And then again, season over season, you're kind of teaching people to go ahead and place their order so that they don't hit the gallery expiration. And then there are spend-based incentives. So these are going to encourage your customers to spend more. For example, save 10% or $10 if you spend $100, or save 20% if you spend $100. You can also offer multiple poses. A lot of photographers are offering different images for each subject, and that's going to encourage people to spend more because they cannot resist all the awesome images you're offering. So I got to say this in every webinar, but your images are your inventory. So the more images you have, the higher your chance of a bigger order. And once again, I did do a marketing strategy webinar a bit ago. So if you guys want to check that out, here's a QR code you can scan to pull up the link. We can also put it in the chat. But if you need help getting a marketing strategy put together, watch this webinar. I go over all the details, all the little things that you need to take into account when creating a strong strategy. So there is that. Now let's talk a little about advance pay. So advance pay is PhotoDay's solution to prepay. Essentially how it works is you sell credit amounts to your customers in advance, which they can use towards their photo order when pictures are ready. So this is a good way to collect sales up front. If you're using paper and you're used to making sales on picture day, you should use advance pay instead, because it's going to kind of give you the same situation where you are making money before pictures are ready. And it also just gets your customers engaged with the gallery and committed to placing orders when pictures are ready. I did also do a webinar on advance pay if you guys are interested in that. There are tons of different ways to use advance pay, tons of different ways to sell it. And I'll go over the setup when we do the demo, but yeah. Now, what it is showing on these slides is that advance pay increases your average order value. So there's 3 different scenarios where offers are used or not used. And in all the scenarios where offers are used in connection with advance pay instead of just as a general offer, the average order is higher. So customers spend the money initially when they buy the credit, and then once pictures are ready, they very well have more money to spend. And I think the data shows that. So yeah, now the first one is selling advance pay credits with no offers. So even just selling it in general, the average order is higher. Second example is with free shipping. So in the first bar, it is they use free shipping with no advance pay. And then in the second example, they attach free shipping to the advance pay purchase. And then lastly is a dollar amount offer. So if you guys are not selling advance pay right now, check it out, try it out, try it out for one job. It gets people engaged and committed to purchasing, and they purchase more. So now with advance pay, kind of like I alluded to, you can attach an incentive to the purchase of advance pay. I think that's really important when you're selling it. You have to give customers a reason why they should buy a credit in advance. So you can use the advance pay offer to do that. Number one, you can use free shipping. So, if they purchase a credit, they're going to get free shipping on their order. I think this is the most popular incentive that's used for advance pay amongst our users right now. I think free shipping really gets people who are ordering online's attention. I know it gets mine. You know, people love the convenience of ordering online, but they don't always love the shipping charge that's tacked on there. It just feels extra to them. So, you know, offering free shipping can alleviate that if you are switching from paper to online and you're, you know, on the fence about charging shipping. You can use advance pay and a free shipping offer to, you know, give people a chance to save on that shipping. You can also do a dollar amount or percentage off. So that will work as well. I think percentage off is great because the savings scales up the more that they spend, which might encourage them to spend more. The thing about that is that it is kind of harder to track what you're going to be covering per advance pay credit sold, since, you know, the amount is going to vary. So I do like to mention that, but there's tons of options. So yeah. All right, organization pages. So this is one of our newer releases. This is a completely amazing feature. I love it. I tell everybody about it right now. So with organization pages, you're going to be able to create landing pages for each organization or school that you work with, and all the jobs that you create in your PhotoDay account that belong to that organization can display on one page. So the good thing about these is that the link stays the same over time. So, you know, if you set it up in spring and start sending it out to all your organizations next year and, you know, next fall and spring, etc., the link is going to stay the same forever for that organization. So they can put it on their website. You can create a page on your website and list organization pages. And, you know, they can use that as a constant resource. If parents are asking, they'll be able to grab a quick link and send it to them. You know, it's very, very useful. Now we're talking about private galleries today. And as you guys might know by now, people have to have an individual access code to get into their private gallery. Everybody has their own access code. So we created something called Gallery Lookup, and that is going to allow parents to go into the private gallery and enter qualifying information, and it will return their private gallery. So the way it works is it pulls data from the CSV you've uploaded. So they have to enter at least a first name and a last name, and then at least one other piece of data, but up to 3. So you could do, like, you know, grade, student ID, or you could just do grade, or you could just do student ID. I'm going to show you guys how it works. But if they enter all that data correctly, it will bring up their private gallery. So that was our way of making private galleries accessible on organization pages. Gallery Lookup is also really useful if you guys don't get emails for everybody, or even if you do get emails, sending out the Gallery Lookup link in addition to sending out emails, you know, that will just cover all bases. So some people will receive the email and get in. Other people might get the Gallery Lookup link from the school's communication and just go in that way and opt in. So love this feature so much. I'm going to show you guys how all that works in just a second. I actually think I'm going to start my demo now. So let's do it. Give me just a second to share my screen. Okay. All right, guys, hopefully you can see my screen. Let me switch back to the chat. Now this is my demo account. It does not have much in it as far as sales go. I'm not as cool as you guys, but I'm going to be setting up a private job in here for y'all today, and I'm going to show you all the different steps. So this is the dashboard, gives you a bunch of summaries here on your sales, a quick list of jobs where you can access your most recent jobs and orders as well. And I know I mentioned all of the past webinars I've done as I'm going through everything. So if you guys missed any of the webinars, you can go to the Academy section and pull up any of the replays there. Okay, go into the Jobs tab. This is where you create your galleries. So I'm going to start by clicking Add New up here in the top right corner. I'm going to give the job a name. So this is going to be the title for the entire gallery. We'll do Winter Park High School. You can also put spring 2024, 25. You know, if you're doing jobs season over season or semester over semester, you might want to put some sort of indicator in here, but up to you. Job category, choose the one that fits best. Now, organization. This is where the organization pages start to come into play. You can create an organization for each school you're doing, and then attach it to all the jobs for that organization. And eventually you'll be able to grab a link that has all the jobs you've added to the organization. You can also attach contact information when you're creating it. And you can send all the marketing to your contact if you need. So that is the function of that. Now, picture day date, choose the one that fits best. Estimated number being photographed. So this is really just for your reference. It's going to give you a number, like a percentage of participation based off this number once you start selling. Since we're using private galleries and you're going to be checking everybody in with the Capture app, you'll get a more accurate number and you can adjust this as you go. And then I'm going to hit create. Okay, so first things first, on the dashboard, it's going to give you a step-by-step here. So if you're building your job and you don't know what to do next, you can come back here and it's going to tell you what step you're on. So first is setting up the gallery access. And we talked about the 3 gallery types. We're going with private today. When you select private galleries, a couple of things are going to show here. Number one, once you start using organization pages, you're going to be able to choose whether or not the job displays on the page. So that will live here. Also, expiration date. So like I said, this is going to be the last day that people can order. Whatever date you set here, communication will go out on this day, letting people know it's the last day to order. So I always tell people when they're initially setting up their job, make sure that you feel certain about what date you're putting here. You can always come back in later and put it. It is flexible, so you can change it, but it sends out that communication. So just make sure you are certain and that you allow enough time for people to place their orders. Okay, next up is setting up storefront. So there are 2 parts to setting up storefront. Number 1 is advance pay. This is optional. If you're not using advance pay, you can just go over to the right-hand side, but I am going to set up advance pay today. So number 1, you attach a credit sheet. So this is going to determine what amounts your customers can choose from. If it brings you back to the login page, just hit remember me. All right, so this brought me into the store tab under advance pay. This is where you create your credit sheets. So this is just different sets of credit amounts that you can use on different jobs. You can use one for every single job, or you can create, new ones for every job, depending. Now I'm going to create one. We'll do winter, park, spring. Oops, it would be nice if it was typing. And then hit create. Now you can create up to 4 credit amounts in here. I will just do one $25 credit. You can add a description. And then I'm going to bring it back in here and attach it to the job. And then, like I said, you want to incentivize customers to purchase the advance pay credit. So let's create an offer. So I'll do free shipping. You can do dollar amount and percentage here. Oh my goodness. Give the offer a name. You can generate a code, or you can type one in yourself. Minimum order amount. Since I did a $25 credit, I'm going to do a $25 minimum. So they have to spend that whole credit. Now, offer expiration. I wouldn't recommend expiring an advance pay offer. Only those who buy a credit are going to be able to use this offer. So there's really no need to expire it. You want to be able to honor the offer that you said you would give, even if they order, 30 days out or whatever. So up to you, but yeah. And then I'm going to add it. I don't even know what I called it. Free ship. Okay. 2 other things here. So customer data, that's going to require customer to add their name when they're checking out. That's always helpful with private galleries. If they're buying under their individual gallery, you can see it in the Capture app. but that can still be helpful. And then preview storefront, that's going to allow customers to see your pricing when they go to buy an advance pay credit. So, some people turn this on because they want their customers to be able to see the pricing. If people are asking you what pictures are going to cost, this is a great way to show them. But you do not have to turn it on. Now, you do have to attach the price sheet in order to turn it on. So let's jump over to that. All right, I'm going to click in here. It's going to bring me to the store tab under price sheets so you guys can see how pricing works with PhotoDay. So let's see, I'm going to do under class. All right, so I am in a price sheet that I already have made. You guys can also start from scratch. You'll get a sample price sheet in your account when you first sign up and add a lab. So you can use that and just edit that, or you can make one from the start. So number one, print products. This is a la carte items. Everything that's added here can be purchased on its own. So like 1 8x10. You can also do packs of multiple. So if you don't want to just sell one single 3.5x5, you can do a pack of 2 or 4. And then there's also specialty items, things like magnets, bag tags, all that fun stuff. Now, if you go up here into the top right corner under this plus sign, you'll be able to see the lab's full catalog. You can select an item and then adjust the price and add it to your price sheet like that. And there's also plaques, specialty items. Each lab is going to offer a different variation of products, just so you guys know. All right, digital products. So you can offer a couple different things here. Number one, you can offer a single high-res download. So in this example, I have one high-res priced at $29.99. There is also a social sharing download. So if you guys want to sell a low-res image that's good for sharing, online, you can do that as well. It's going to let them know it's not good for printing, and it does resize the image to 900 pixels wide by the proportionate height. Some people sell these by themselves, some people don't. They're also great in packages, kind of as a bonus item. So, if they buy your print package, they'll get a bonus social sharing download to get immediately when they purchase. Now, you can also create digital bundles here. So if you're selling multiple images per subject, you can sell, discounted sets of digital images. So we have tiered pricing here. Essentially, this means that the more images they buy, the cheaper they become. So you set up the tiers and you set up the price per photo. I would base this off the number of photos that you're going to be offering. It's important to remember that with private galleries, it's so parents can combine multiple subjects into one order, but they cannot combine multiple subjects into one digital bundle deal. So this is going to be per subject. So I would keep that in mind as you're pricing those. And then lastly, we have packages. So this is where you can create bundle deals of prints or prints and digitals. Essentially, you're just going to give the package a name and a description. You can also list what they're saving in the description versus buying these items a la carte. And then you add the items to the package. So they can choose a different image for each item. Keep that in mind. But you'll be able to see the labs cost and you'll be able to set a retail price, and you'll kind of be able to visualize your margins here. So. But I think it's a great idea to throw digitals in alongside prints. Just a pro tip, if you guys don't do that already, that can help keep the unit costs down and add value to the package. But you do not pay anything lab-wise for digitals, so it's a win-win. Now, two other things. Number one, shipping rates. So each lab is going to have a different set of shipping rates. The shipping is covered by your customer unless you provide free shipping. So this is going to show you what shipping is going to cost for your customer for each lab. So that is there. They can choose expedited shipping if they would like. And then photo add-ons, if you guys want to sell retouching as an add-on, that is here. You can turn it on or off, and you can set the retail price for it here, and that is bought per photo. All right. Enough about that. I could talk about pricing all day, and sometimes I do, but I am going to attach it to the job here. So I'm back in my job settings. I attached the price sheet I want to use, and now it's asking me to choose a product theme. So this is going to determine, like for any templated print or any templated specialty product, this is going to determine which product themes your customer can choose from at checkout. So they design the templated products during checkout, but this is going to determine which ones they can choose from. You know, if you're doing basketball, it will show them basketball themes only, etc. I'll just do universal for today since we're doing schools. All right, guys, so I'm about to show you a video of capture and matching, but before I do, I want to show you how your data should look before you upload it into your private gallery. So the next step is adding your subjects and photos. That is where you're going to be adding the CSV of data so that you can generate the private galleries for each person. Now it needs to be formatted a certain way. So like I said, it needs to be a CSV file. If you guys are getting any sort of spreadsheet, if it's an XLSX file, you know, you just need to save it as a CSV. Now, before you do that, what is most important is, number one, the first row needs to be headers for each column of data. So make sure there's no blank row above or no title row. And then just make sure you're putting the appropriate headers here. And then you just want no blank rows or spaces or columns or anything like that. What I don't have in this data sheet is emails. So you can have up to 3 emails in the data, and emails are the way that PhotoDay will automatically send out the private gallery access codes to each person. So if you can get email addresses, you can have up to 3 columns and then you'll map them in. There's no need to get phone numbers. We do have text message marketing, and I'll explain that, but they need to opt in first. So they either need to text their code or click the link and visit their private gallery to get locked into the text messages. So yeah. Now you need at least first and last name, but these other pieces of data will be helpful for a couple different reasons. Number one, if you want to filter in the Capture app, like for instance, if you're doing 9th through 12th grade, you can filter to only see a certain grade at a time. And this will also be helpful for the gallery lookup feature, which I'm going to show you guys after I run the video. If you want to use gallery lookup, you have to have something other than first and last name as that third piece of data for them to enter to return their private gallery. I wouldn't recommend using email. If you have to, it will work. But the thing is, they have to enter an exact match in order for the search to work. So, you know, if you have mom's email under email 1 and then they enter dad's email, then it's going to, you know, fail to bring them to their private gallery. You want to make it easy and smooth. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to switch over to the video and we're going to review the capture process. Well, first the data uploading, then capture, then uploading images. So let's see here. I just got really big. All right, I'm going to play the video and you guys let me know that you can see it. All right, so they are going in to upload the subject data. This is where they're going to upload that CSV. So they're selecting it from the files. And then since they have those headers for each column, the system is automatically pulling those. Now, if it doesn't pull a header for one of the columns, make sure you're selecting one so that the data actually maps into the gallery. All right, next they're jumping into the Capture app and they're going to be checking in each person by taking a reference photo. You want to make sure that the face is clear in the reference photos. You don't want to have other students in the background, but you're going through the list. It looks a lot like your phone contacts. You're selecting the name of each person and taking a photo of them. Now you guys will see here the reference photos have synced back into the job after they get back from the shoot. And now they are uploading professional photos and they are going to be sorted using FaceFind. A little bit more about Capture. So you can download Capture on an iOS or Android device. It doesn't have to have cellular data capabilities. You can use an iPad or a tablet. What's important is that you connect to Wi-Fi before you leave a secure connection, and then when you get back, it can work offline, but you want to make sure you have that list of names synced into the app, and then you want to make sure that you connect back to Wi-Fi afterwards and sync those reference photos in. So that's super important. You guys can use multiple capture devices at the same shoot. So if you guys are going to have multiple stations, you can have like 3 iPads or whatever. The first login is going to be just your studio account login. So you can log into Capture using the login that you log into PhotoDay for. How many times can I say login? I'm about to say it again. You can also create additional user spots. So if you guys have assistants that are going to be using their own devices or going to be using like second or third iPads, you can create logins for the other people who are going to be using Capture as well in your account settings. But like I said, you just want to make sure the reference photos are clear. There is a guideline in the app that that shows you how big the face should be. It's a little dramatic. I don't know if you have to be that close. You should, but you don't have to. Just make sure that the face is well lit, that there's no hats over the face or anything like that. No shadows. And then also, if you get anybody in the background of the reference photos, their photos will very well be matched too. So keep that in mind if you have kids running around everywhere. But it is as simple as that. It's very, very easy to use. Let me go back to sharing my screen and we'll get back into it. Let's see. Any second now, Stevie. All right, so got all the reference photos in here, and then uploading. So once you get all your images culled and edited and you're ready to put them into the gallery, you don't have to have them sorted in any way. You can just upload them all at once. And the system is going to sort them using the reference photos and face find. So they do have to be under 15 megabytes. You want them to be JPEGs unless you want customers to be able to change their backgrounds. So you can upload PNGs, or you can use PhotoDay's knockouts feature to get your images knocked out. And then you can give your customers a choice of background. But all right, so a couple of things here that are important. Number one, this is all photos. If you look here on the left, you're going to be able to click in and see the images that were matched to each subject's private gallery so that you can make sure that everything looks good. Make sure there's no kid in the background that's matching. And then also you'll want to check unmatched. Now I don't have any unmatched today, which is lame. I should have thought about that. But any photo that has a face in it that does not match to a private gallery is going to show up here in unmatched. You'll want to go here and make sure you check and see that all the images that you uploaded are sorted appropriately. If something's in unmatched and it hasn't matched to any subject, that image is not going to be seen. So you just want to make sure you pay attention to that. All right, so that is that. Now let's talk a little bit about gallery lookup. So like I said, you can share a link where people can go and search for their access code. So after you set up your subject data in here, you're going to be able to turn on gallery lookup. So go ahead and switch it on. You need at least first name and last name. You can rename them if you want to put student's first name or whatever. And then field 3, that's going to be where you can add another piece of data. So I'll do grade and student ID. So you'll notice for grade, they're able to use a drop down. So that is nice. If you don't want them to have to enter an exact match, for instance, if you have 12th grade and they type in 12th and you have it as 12, they're not going to return the correct result. They're not going to get a result. So a drop down would be better in this case. Student ID can only be text input. So keep that in mind and then just hit save. So you're going to be able to find a link directly to the gallery lookup right here. So you can just copy it and bring it up. And I'll show you guys how it works. So like I said, you want to send stuff out ahead of time to get people to start opting in. So, you know, you'll have email marketing if you have email addresses for each person. And that works great, but you can also send out the gallery lookup link in advance as well and let people know to start going in and looking for their private gallery and opting in. Ultimately, whether they do it in the email or whether they do it on the gallery lookup link, they're going to be opting into text messages, and text message marketing is very, very effective. I think it's one of the keys to success when you're using PhotoDay is getting people opted into those texts. So the benefit of doing it ahead of time is that once pictures are ready, they're going to get that text the minute you publish, letting them know to go in and purchase. And this is what it's going to look like if the gallery is in draft. It is going to tell them it's not ready yet, and they're going to have a chance to subscribe. So this is where they opt into those texts. All right, so let's see here. 1 second. So that is gallery lookup. As far as marketing goes, we have a lot of automatic marketing that goes out for private galleries. So under the marketing tab, let's talk about auto campaigns. So if you guys have email addresses in the data that you upload, you're going to be able to have these email campaigns send out. So first one is the Advance Pay series. If you are using Advance Pay, you're going to be able to have emails send out ahead of time that let people know about Advance Pay. The cool thing about these is that it works out all the wording for you, so you don't have to explain. PhotoDay does it for you. What you'll want to do if you want the Advance Pay series to go out is toggle it on before you switch your job to Advance Pay mode. Hopefully you guys can see my screen sharing okay. It's like flashing a little bit on my preview, but I think it's fine. So turn this on and hit save. Make sure you hit save before you set your job to Advance Pay, and that's going to send an email out letting people know, you know, hey, picture day is coming up. Purchase a $25 credit now and you'll get free shipping or whatever. Just to show you guys, this is what the Advance Pay email looks like. So it's going to explain Advance Pay and all the settings you have set up, and then it's going to list the access code and the instructions for accessing the gallery down here. Thanks, Justin. All right, so if you are not using Advance Pay, I'll show you guys how to send emails beforehand, but let's finish going over the campaign. So post picture day series, this is going to start when you publish your gallery. So right when you hit publish, once pictures are ready and you're ready to release everything, email will go out right when you hit publish. Then it will go out on day 3, 5, 7, 14, and 30. Now that's only going to go to people who haven't purchased along the way. So if they make an order, it's not going to continue sending those emails. So yeah, and then the expiration series. So this is going to be based off that expiration date you set. If you have an expiration date set, an email will go out 7 days before expiration, 3 days, and the day before, I believe. So that's expiration. Now this is what the post picture day series looks like. You guys can't edit these. I'll show you a way to send emails that are a little more customizable. But the cool thing about these two is that if your customer has multiple students from the school, it will list multiple access codes in one email. So it doesn't stack them. It combines them all into one. And then as far as text go, so like I said, you want people to opt into text. So initially you're going to send the email out, or you're going to send the gallery lookup link out, and people are going to start going in and subscribing to text. So anybody who opts in to the gallery is going to get that same series, post picture day series, but they're going to get it by text. So day 1, 3, 5, 7, 14, 30, and stops when they purchase. But like I said, emails are great, but SMS is very effective. Everybody gets text, everybody checks them. So it's great to start sending marketing out beforehand so they can get subscribed. Now, if you're not using Advance Pay, or if you need to print any marketing, or if you want to send anything else out outside of the series, you can use manual flyers to do that. Now, first you just create a flyer, you select the type. So I'll do pre-picture day. We also have Advance Pay flyers if you want to use this for Advance Pay, and then we have published for when you release images. But this just creates a template for you. You can edit the title, the description. You can change the design. Some people like to use this image node for a little bit more, to make it look a little more branded, or to put some past photos from the school, or to put more information than allows in the description. But if you need to print anything, you can print these. It's going to plug each subject's name and their access code. So every subject will have their own flyer. Or you can send these by email, or you can send them all to your contact at the organization. Now, active messaging, not too much will show here for me yet because I haven't published, but this is going to be where you can see what has sent out so far for your job and what's planned to send out. This is really helpful if you want to see, what reminders have gone out so far. All right, now, yearbook selection. So another amazing feature with private galleries is if you have schools or any jobs where you need to give people the choice of their favorite image for yearbook, or you could even use it for like banners or whatever, you can use the yearbook selection feature for that. Now, under settings, under yearbook selection, this is where you're going to set it up. So you'll turn it on here. You can give them up to 2 selections. I'll just do 1. Like I said, if you want to use it for banners, you can change the title of it to banner photo. You set a deadline, so our marketing will actually remind them of this, so they know they only have X amount of days left to pick their yearbook photo or whatever. But yeah, and then you can also put instructions here. So whatever you plug in here is going to display at checkout. So you can probably with better verbiage than me, but you guys get it. So that is yearbook selection. I'll show you guys what it looks like to, gotta set a deadline. I'll show you what it looks like to the customer in just a second. Now, another useful thing that is a possibility with private galleries is exports. So if you guys need to provide a yearbook export to the school, if you need to provide, an export, or if you need an export for student IDs, if you are doing composites and you need images sorted by names, all those things are possible under this exports tab. So I'll set up a yearbook one. If you guys are used to creating these by hand, now you can use PhotoDay, and we will, choose the yearbook photo for each person. We will send the file, and we'll have the images sized the way they need to be. So this is super handy for a lot of people. So once you give your export a name, you need to select who's going to be in it. So I'll do everyone. You do have to choose what they'll be grouped by. So I'll do RAID. And then here's all the different types. So we have the yearbook file, we have the SPOA file, subject data. So this is just going to be the CSV that you originally uploaded, but it will have image names for each person. The compositing data file is what can be used for, if you're using a compositing solution to put together team photos or to make composites. A lot of people use this export for that. And then service items file, that is, I guess, for student IDs, stickers, things of that nature. I'll select a yearbook. Now, next is selecting the primary photo. So this is going to be where you choose which photo is chosen for each person. And then you can set the crop. So we do have kind of an auto crop feature that's going to kind of make every photo the same crop for the yearbook or for IDs. So all that is just included in PhotoDay, and it is super helpful. I won't run it today because I think I'm going long. I always go long on these demo webinars. So sorry, guys. Thanks for sticking on with me. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the customer experience. So once you are ready to release your gallery, you're going to come up here in the top right-hand corner and select Publish. You can also schedule. And if you're working late and you want to schedule for a more preferred time, you can do that with this. When you click Publish, it's going to let you know, hey, you're going to kick off texts and emails. It does let you know that if it's after 8 p.m. in your time zone, the text won't go out till the next day, but emails do go out. So keep that in mind. And then I'm just going to publish. That's going to send a text to everybody who texted the code. All right, so let's look at a customer gallery. I should have left gallery lookup up, but it's okay. All right, so first they're gonna have to log into PhotoDay. I was already logged in, so it brought me right in. But first they're gonna see this. If they haven't subscribed to text already, that will be up. The yearbook selection is here, so they need to go in and select their photo. They do that separate from purchasing, but then they'll be able to view photos and shop after that. They can click on the image to make it bigger, and then they just need to favorite the photos they want to buy. Now from there, they're going to see your storefront. So this is where digital bundles lives. If you have those turned on, it shows them the number of photos. And then I only have 2 photos in my gallery. It would show more, and it will show them the discount that they get. So it does upselling for you. And then it will show your first 3 packages here. Also featured products down here. You can have up to 5 a la carte items featured right here. I guess I only have 1 on this price sheet, so sorry guys. Now they can click shop all packages to see all your package choices, and then they can click on them to see what's inside. I did want to mention, make sure that you're uploading images that have the appropriate margins around so that images aren't cropped too closely. Customers are going to be able to choose all different print sizes for any image that's uploaded. So make sure that each image is compatible with all the print sizes. This one's cropping a little too close for my liking. They can go in and adjust, but they may not always do that. So just make sure that you're leaving room on the sides and the top and bottom. And that is that. It will try to sell them retouching, so that's great. They can add that there. And then they can see what is in their cart and check out. Now I have an advance pay credit on my customer account, so that's what that is showing. But it will ask them to enter their address, choose their shipping method, and then enter their payment method. Okay, so you know what? I think that is it. Let me get back to my slides for you guys. All right. So insights. So we provide an extensive amount of reporting and information so that you guys can analyze your sales and the engagement that you're getting on each of your jobs. These are going to be under the Insights tab of each job. So that is what you guys are seeing here. There's 2 sections. The first picture is the Customers tab. So under the Customers tab, you guys are going to be able to see the number of customers who have opted in, how many customers have actually accessed their galleries, and also the number of subjects whose galleries have been ordered from. The Customers tab is going to be a great place to look, after you send that initial marketing, for picture day or whatever, you can come to the Customers tab and see how effective that marketing is. So see how many opt-ins you're starting to get, see how many people are accessing their galleries. And then the sales section. So over on the right, this is going to be where you can see each individual sale. You can click into it and see what the customer ordered. You're going to be able to see your total sales for the job, your studio payout, your average order value, the advance pay credit sold, etc. Now, we also have additional reports under the reports section of your account. So if you need like really granular details on your sales, you'll want to go here. If you're looking to like reconcile, or if you're checking in on taxes, or if you are, looking into your lab costs, or, anything like that, you're going to want to go to the reports section. You'll be able to see like a monthly breakdown under the sales tab, and under the orders tab, you're going to be able to see each individual sale, and then a complete breakdown of every individual cost. So like I said, if you're looking to reconcile anything, I would go under the reports tab and under orders, but we give you guys a ton of information. Now, my favorite report, and this is also under the reports tab, is the products report. So once you actually start selling with PhotoDay, you're going to be able to go into the products tab in your report section and see what's selling. So you're going to be able to see, it's going to show you, what's selling the most. You can filter by job, which packages are most popular, which products are most popular, and how many of each thing is selling. So if you guys are looking to review or fine tune your pricing, you can come in here and look at what's being sold. I always look at this, if people are asking me for help with their pricing, it's a good way to figure out what stuff you can remove to keep your pricing simple and easy to choose from. And then it can also show you, what should be in your packages, or which packages you can bump up $1, or, what people are looking for when they go in. So, if your a la carte items are selling way more than your packages, then maybe you need to, refactor your packages, put different things in there, make them a better deal, whatever it may be. If you guys have not looked at this report, please do. It's like mind-blowing. Okay, guys, I tried to keep it under an hour because I could talk about PhotoDay private galleries all day, but I wanted to make sure I could get to y'all's questions. But before I do, this is the cost of PhotoDay. We get paid when you get paid, so there's no storage costs, there's no monthly fee. We are getting 10% of the transaction for each order that's placed. So 10% of the retail price of the items you sell. And then there is the Stripe fee as well. But that is it. So, all these awesome features, the capture app, exports, yearbook selection, all of that cool stuff is included in what you pay for PhotoDay. So yeah. All right, guys, so let's do questions. Let's see. All right, so first question is, if your contact does not send you the parent email or phone numbers, is there a registration link? Okay, so number one, if you can't get email addresses, I would recommend using the gallery lookup feature, but I know that some people cannot get rosters, which is unfortunate. We do not currently have a registration workflow. Some studios will use something outside of PhotoDay, maybe like Google Forms or something like that, to collect signups in advance. But what you can also do that's a little easier is just enter names on the day of in the capture app. So you don't have to have a list uploaded beforehand. You can add people on the day of. It does add an extra step, but if you do that and then you use gallery lookup, you can get people into their private galleries. But if you get rosters, then you can just use gallery lookup, have your organization blast that out, and people can find their gallery that way if you can't get emails. All right, next question. Can you choose the access code? So not exactly. You're not able to customize the access code. It is going to be randomly generated. If this is a need, I would recommend, again, using gallery lookup because then the customer can enter their first name and last name and the student ID, kind of like you need in this example, to open their gallery. So they'll have a private gallery access code, but they really don't have to interact with that if you use gallery lookup and just have them enter their student ID there. So hopefully that helps. All right, so when you use an advance pay offer, do they have to enter the code? So our system will automatically apply the free shipping offer or the advance pay offer to any order that has the advance pay credit applied to it. So the customer is going to log in with their customer account and buy the credit initially. Then when they go back in to place their order, they're going to need to be logged in with that same customer account. the system is going to see it has a credit. They have a credit and it's going to apply to the order. And then the advance pay offer that's attached in the settings is going to automatically apply. So they don't have to enter the code. Seasonal promos. I am not sure about that. If you want to come into the bubble and chat with us about what you want to see for seasonal promos, please let me know. Maybe we have another suggestion for you in the meantime. We do have our custom promos feature, so that might be helpful. I know a lot of people who want to send out seasonal promos will just create like a seasonal offer code, and then when that's plugged into the custom promo, like for a flash sale, it kind of gives a seasonal feel to it. So hopefully that helps, and be sure to send us the feedback in the bubble so we can log it and push it to the team. Okay, and then last question, private gallery info is coming from the schools. So yes, and sorry if I didn't make that clear. So ideally, you're gonna want to get a roster from the school or the organization ahead of time. That's gonna be what you put into the job. So at least first and last names, and then, you know, if you can get student ID, grade, teacher, you know, and then emails as well. That data can be uploaded into your private gallery before the shoot. And then if you can't get it, you can enter it on the day of on the day of in the capture app. If you're missing a student, you can add them on the day of as well. But yes, ideally you'll ask for the roster from your contact ahead of time. So yeah. Okay, guys, I think that is all the questions. Hopefully you enjoyed it and you know a little bit more about private galleries now. Be sure to come see us in the bubble if you have any questions. If you're getting started and you want to talk with one of our team members about what you want to use PhotoDay for and how it's going to work best for you, you can schedule an onboarding with us. Or if you just want to say, hey, come into the bubble, it's in the bottom right-hand corner of your PhotoDay account. All right, guys, I think that is it. And thank you guys so much for coming. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.